Okay,
Oh my
perfect.
gosh, you did not just create that background. Where
I
did
I
you get it?
I can't take credit for it. I saw it from Theater Group Asia. They
Yeah,
did
yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah. I'm like
collage of your
looking at all
career.
the tendrils and I'm like, yeah, I think that's part of the promotional material for Into the Woods in
Yes.
Manila.
Leah, it's so great to chat with you. I live in a family with passionate musical theater fans. My wife and daughter
Oh,
absolutely
hooray!
love. Yes, you are royalty in our house. I think it's exciting to chat with you.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
Before we get into the show, which I think is just such a perfect fit for someone like you, congratulations on a successful run of Old Friends at the Amundsen in
Thank you.
LA. I know you're
Mhm.
headed to Broadway. I'm just
Yeah.
curious, how has your experience been to be back in the US? Are you feeling the love from your fans, especially your Filipino American fans?
Oh my gosh. Oh, we've enjoyed, like, out in LA, we've enjoyed audiences that have really embraced the show and really loved Old Friends. And like Bernadette and I would make our first entrance, um and the applause that we would get it's like literally we could feel this wall of applause, and it's not just a sound, you could just feel this wave um heading in our direction, and it was like just this great appreciation um of who we are and what we do, and that we are paying homage to one of the greatest, if not the greatest, American composer lyricist of musical theater. And to be able to do his material is such a gift. And now I'm back in New York and we're going to start doing it again next week. So off we go. Yeah. So yeah, it was so much fun. And yeah, a lot of um, Filipino folks definitely came to see the show. I would look out into the audience and I'd be like, yeah, they are here. They showed up. And yeah, that was incredible.
I love to hear that. They absolutely, we have to show up for each other. I know they show up for
Hmm.
you. Uh, Speaking of that, the thing about you that's so amazing is that you're responsible for so many firsts, right? You have so many the first in front of your name. And earlier this year, my family went to see Les Mis in LA, where Eponine was played by Christine Hisan Huang. We were on Broadway and we saw Maybe Happy Ending, which has an
Hmm.
all Asian American cast. And I
Hmm.
don't think it's an exaggeration to say none of that happens without you and your career. So how much fun and how does it feel to have gone through so many years and to see the way the industry has evolved over the last several years?
It's crazy. And I'm so glad that all of this is happening while I'm still able to see it and that I am still strong enough to participate in it. Um, I saw Maybe Happy Ending, and I'm seeing it again. I saw Maybe Happy Ending not that long ago, and I was not watching by myself. I mean, yes, I was in a seat alone, but I was surrounded by friends who I had done shows with. One of them did Flower Drum Song with me. A couple of them, a few of them did Miss Saigon, and somebody else was also in Flower Drum. And then there were two of them that had worked with Stephen Sondheim on Pacific Overtures on Broadway, which BD Wong led. So we're like, oh my God, here we are, and we're going to be watching this. And one of our friends with whom I did Flower Drum Song and who we're all friends with, he's like on stage. He's one of the guys in the cast, and one of the covers is someone who made his Broadway debut in Flower Drum Song. So I got to see this guy do his. I didn't get to see him do his thing because he was backstage and he was just standing by. Um, but we're like, all of us in the audience, we were like, we are a part of what led up to this. Like all of us, every single Asian actor on Broadway that's ever done anything, even say my having done Les Mis or folks having done Rent or being part of other musicals where they sometimes are the only Filipino or the only Korean person or the only it all of that has kind of led to this. And for it to be enjoying this kind of success, for it to be so sensitively directed and beautifully designed and so amazingly sung and performed and acted, it's like, it's you can kind of see how it tracked to that moment. And so all of us were we were all a mess by the end. We were all a mess. I'm not going to give any of the show away because you have to experience it for yourself. But for me, it was like the show hit me emotionally, and then it hit me again when I realized, oh my gosh, everything that we have all collectively done as a community have led to this moment, and it will continue beyond this. And it
Yeah.
makes me feel incredibly proud.
100%. And speaking of it's led to this, that's also true with this show, The Cleaning Lady. I think it's such an
Yeah.
incredible culmination of all the amazing work, again, that you and others have done. So that's why I think it's such a perfect fit that you're on this show. What
Yeah.
was it
Even just
about?
one episode, even if
Yeah,
it's just one episode.
well, it's memorable. Rose is memorable. Tell me a little bit about what attracted you to the show and to the character.
Yeah.
Who isn't
God,
the
Rose,
nicest
Rose,
character?
Rose is a piece of work, isn't she? She's just, uh, she is that person who, I mean, it's such a sweet name, but it leaves such a bad taste in your mouth when you mention her. It's like, yeah, yeah, she's that person. And I think every I think a lot of us just know at least one or two people like that in our lives, whether we have met her at weddings or at other community centers or, the so-called friends or frenemies of your parents. Yeah, we have all encountered a character like like this, where at the outset, you're not sure why you don't like her, but you know that you just don't like her. And then later on, as the episode continues on, it's like, now I know why I don't like her. Yeah.
Did you have some faces and names in your mind when you
A
were
few,
channeling the character?
not a few, none of whom will be revealed.
Yeah, don't
Um,
name names.
of course, it's part of the process. Um, but yeah, but on the flip side of playing somebody that you don't like, it's like actually fun to be a villain. It's nice to play. It's fun to play somebody who's not nice when you can put them away at the end of the day. Because I could not imagine living like that. But then again, when you're a villain, you don't always realize that you're the villain. And you are able to justify in your own mind that what you're doing is right and what you're doing is good. Yeah.
Right.
So, yes. So I guess I have empathy for villains. Maybe.
That's the headline, empathy for villains.
Yeah. Lea Salonga has empathy for villains because she has to play one on TV.
That's right. Now you had some great scenes with Martha Milan and Sean
Oh,
Lear. I
yeah.
really
Oh,
love the
Martha's
dynamic.
wonderful.
Yeah, could you talk about working with her and Sean and just putting those scenes again very very powerful. I think very emotionally like they made me angry.
Yes, there.
What
Oh
was it like
God,
working with them?
I'm glad that these scenes make you angry. I mean, this character is supposed to make you angry because here is somebody who just looks down upon uh Chris and Fiona in the way that she does, where it's like you all come from the same place. Why are you like this, woman? Why are you like this? And get in. And Martha is so nice, and Sean is so sweet, and everybody that I got to play with, and including the young man who plays my son. And I know his character name is Ted, but I do not remember his actual name. But he was wonderful. And getting to work with Tim Busfield, and and then having the opportunity, obviously, to fangirl over him and his wife, um, who's Melissa Gilbert. it's like getting to work with Martha. It's like, okay, we can only be nice to each other, when we're off camera and everything, but it's in getting to be able to kind of dig in as someone who is not nice to such a sensitive, vulnerable, um, beautiful heroine of the series. It's like, ugh. I am hoping that, you know, folks have a very strong reaction to what happens. Um, it's one thing to understand when the villain is someone who is of a different racial background. It's like, yeah, and you're looking down upon us because we're people of color. But when it's another person from your exact same community that is doing the villaining to this, lead character, it's, then it kind of messes with you a little bit, because my God, you're from the same, like, what? Why are you like this? And why are you doing this to someone who is much more vulnerable when you could just be helping this person, you know, find a way in the way that you did? It's, yeah, it's heartbreaking, and it's infuriating and frustrating to watch all of this interaction take place. Um, and it's great that we get to see these kinds of things. We get to see folks who are more vulnerable and, you know, much more in a position where they're just trying to survive. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like she represents an ideal, like the way certain people are, and like you said, having it be people from your similar background and community doing that is just so extra hurtful, but important to
Yes.
show that that
Hmm.
exists. And I thought,
Yes.
unfortunately, you did a great job representing that.
Thank you so much. I will take that as a compliment. Yeah, that I was able to empathize with the villain so much that the portrayal made you mad, and I'm really glad about that.
That's right.
I'm not normally cast in roles like this, but I'm glad that they cast me in this one. And who knows where this is going to lead? It's like, oh, she can also be bad. Okay, let's see what else she can do.
That's right. We need to see more. You need to tap into your villain era.
Yes, I think I have to be in my villain era. Yeah, I think that's where we are.
Well, I thought it was great. Last question for you. One thing I really have enjoyed and appreciate is the way you use your voice, your platform, to really advocate for the community, for the arts. And especially right now, why is it so important for everyone to be able to enjoy and appreciate the arts?
Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a multi-level answer, because to appreciate the art is, one, to appreciate that there are these human beings with these extraordinary gifts who are able to tap into something that ordinary people are just unable to, and then be able to create something that then elicits an emotional response from whoever is viewing the art. And the cool thing about art is that it's always subject to interpretation. I mean, I can look at something and think, oh, that is beautiful. Somebody else can look at the exact same thing and think, oh my gosh, why that just makes me feel angry, or that just makes me feel sad. You can look at two people can look at the exact same thing and have very, very different reactions to it. And that is the beauty of art. Somebody can look at, I don't know, Dali or Picasso and have very, and be have polarizing reactions and have, very different opinions. And there's no wrong opinion with art. And that's really cool. Um, and in this day and age, to be stifling art, it's just, as an artist, it's like and as a singer, it's like, okay, so I'm being silenced, so I am unable to do what it is I love to do, which is to sing. And I just feel so offended by any action that would stop anyone from creating something and putting forth something that's beautiful. And it's something that I don't understand. Um, there are so many different kinds of art, and there's art that will make you think. There's art that where the artist intends to make you upset and angry. Um, there is art that is just supposed to, you know, elicit fire and, in one's heart. And I've gotten to do so much of that in the many years I've been doing this. And so I need to stand up for other artists, and I'm hoping that other artists will also stand up for me if I come under attack. Um, because these are the times we're living in now. And I'm grateful that I still have the opportunity to do what it is that I love to do in the way that I get to do it and at the level that I get to. Um, and I'm just hoping that there is nothing to stop me from doing that.
Amen. I couldn't agree more. Leah, thank you so much for all
Thanks,
that you've
Ron.
done, all that
Thank
you
you.
still have to do, and it's been such an
So
honor to chat with
much
you.
to do still. My time, yeah, my time. I mean, your time with me is coming to an end, but my time doing what it is I love to do. I just hope that you know, it doesn't come to an end. Um, there is still a lot of work to do.
Absolutely. And I look forward to seeing it, and hopefully we'll have some more time in the future.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thanks, Ron. Thank you.